Hey, welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected as the Necromancer. In this episode, we are going to explore the Ariat Plateau and try to make our way to the Crystalline Passage. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. We're just going to have to see. Again, I made our way up to as close to the Ariat Plateau as we can get. It was kind of a pain running over here. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do, I guess. Ellie is taking a huge amount of damage right off the bat here, which is not necessarily what I desire, and she died right before I had a chance to make a portal, which is a pain. So Ellie, you are not helping me necessarily here, dying right off the bat, so can you not do what you're doing? I'd be much pleased if you didn't die right off the bat. So can we take care of these burning dead archers before you manage to die? That'd be fantastic. That would be phantasmical. Let's go ahead and raise some blunderboars. Feel like that would be beneficial for us in some fashion. And then we can go ahead and raise some burning dead archers as well. That would be helpful for us, if I do say so myself. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. There's some plate mail there, which I suppose I can sell. There's nothing preventing me from selling that. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way to the Ariat Plateau. Because this is where we want to be. Oh no! It's Death Maulers. Freaking Death Maulers, man. Whatever shall we do? It's Iback the Unleashed. Iback the Unleashed is going to annihilate us. He is cursed. And being cursed is a pain, but you know what? Nothing we can't necessarily handle. So you know what? I think we can definitely deal with it if we try our best. If we try our very best, I feel like we are entirely capable of handling such things. So get out of here, Iback. Get out of here, you crazy son of a gun, you. It's time. You have overstayed your welcome, so it is time for you to disappear. So goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on. Do not ignore that barricaded door. We don't need to worry about barricaded doors. That is not necessarily something we need to worry about, so don't worry about it. Okay, so these slingers are going to be the death of me. These slingers are definitely going to be the death of me. It's the main problem with slingers is that they attack very, very quickly, and they throw their spears in such a fashion that it is kind of invisible. I don't really have much of a chance to react to their spears, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. So can we take care of these slingers in a convenient fashion? That'd be fantastic. But there is no guarantees and no nothing. So I suppose we're just gonna have to try to make our way through this somehow or another. I suppose we will be fine. But slingers are scary. They are immune to poison. They are immune to poison and they are very, very scary. Please don't attack me with spears. I'd be much pleased if you didn't attack me with spears. Okay, so what are we going to deal with in the Ariat Plateau besides slingers? And it seems like slingers are the only thing we're dealing with so far. So let's see what else we shall find here in the Ariat Plateau. I'm quite curious. I am more than curious to see what else we shall find here. So let's look around and see what else we shall find. Yeah, I'm thinking that Decrepify will probably be our best friend here. So that's probably what we're gonna go with is that. I don't need an Overseer skull. That is not necessarily something I need. So I'm not concerned. Oh, we're fighting Carvers. Carvers, huh? That's interesting. With Carver Shaman. That's an interesting choice of enemy. I'm not going to be upset about that, though. I mean, those guys are relatively easy to deal with, so I'm not going to be concerned about dealing with that. So thank you very much. Carvers are relatively simple to deal with, if I do say so myself. Oh, these Carvers, they deal ice. They deal ice damage. That's very interesting. Raises the wart. That's fascinating. I've never seen this whole situation before. This is kind of cool. I'm not a fan of the fact that they can freeze my minions, though. That's kind of a pain. But at the same time, if we use our amplify damage powers, I feel like we will be in good shape to take care of these sons of guns. Hello there, Talaroon. I will pick you up. Because I need you. Ooh, what's this little side area here? What's this? The Pit of Acheron. Let's go ahead and explore the Pit of Acheron. Let's go ahead and explore the Pit of Acheron. What are we going to find here? What are we gonna find here besides Hell Clans? Hell Clans, among other things, as well as, Hell Temptresses. Okay, Hell Temptresses are a little bit scary, but you know what? Nothing we can't handle. Can you guys get off the bridge? I would be much pleased if you guys got off the bridge and actually started attacking these things. Thank you very much. We are not necessarily afraid of Hell Temptresses and Blood Clans. Those guys are relatively easy to handle. So we are not all that concerned about that. Hopefully we can deal with mostly just that, because that is relatively simple to deal with. So let's go ahead and make our way through this. Oh, we have maulers too. Okay, well that's also not necessarily scary for the simple fact that they deal melee damage. And we can very much deal lots of melee damage back to our enemies. Possessed Hell Clans. Possessed and Champion Hell Clans, we are not scared of such things, not even in the slightest. So thank you very much. I shall take care of you very, very simply, without much of an issue. Because you are attacking yourself, essentially. And it is relatively manageable to deal with them. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Continue on forward here. We are out of our minions, so let's go ahead and raise some minions. Raise some lovely, lovely minions. It doesn't really matter what minions we have, as long as we have something. As long as we have something, that's all that matters. Take care of this Hell Temptress that's hanging out over the lava, which I'm not a fan of. Oh no, it's Blackheart the Impaler. He's cold enchanted, spectral hit, and extra strong. That's a little bit scary. Can I get my minions over here so they can actually start attacking this? That'd be fantastic, instead of them stuck behind a hole. That'd be fantastic. So can you guys actually start attacking these things? Ouch. You guys killed that elite a little bit faster than I was prepared for. So I took a little more damage than I was ready for. So thank you very much for that, video game. I definitely appreciate such things, except I really, really don't. Except I really, really don't, because I took a lot of unnecessary damage. There's a super healing potion there. I will go ahead and pick that up, because you know what? We need it. Champion Maulers, you guys are not all that scary. You guys are not all that scary, so thank you very much for existing, but also thank you very much for not existing anymore after I kill you. So I am not all that concerned about such things. We shall now continue forward. All these Hell Temptresses all over the place. But you guys are not all that scary, so thank you very much. So I am not concerned. No, can I replace a greater mana potion with a healing potion, with a super healing potion? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Over here, we found the gold chest already, which didn't take all that long, because we were able to get through this very, very simply. So let's go ahead and go over here and get to that gold chest, and see what lovely, lovely things we can find in that gold chest. If anything good, who's to say? At the very least, we will find gold. Which is what we like to find, is gold. So let's go over there and see if we can open this chest. See if we can open this lovely, lovely chest and find some lovely, lovely goodies. Just to get our minions back. We are out of the blood golem, so let's go ahead and raise our blood golem. Let us reach the gold chest. Are there any enemies over here? Not a one. Look at all this gold we got here. We got a, what's a blood spirit? It's a druid helm. Suppose that's cool. There's a flawed skull there. I don't need that necessarily. And we are all set to get the heckles out of here now. So let's go ahead and leave. I don't know how long this video is going to be. All I really want to do in this video is find the waypoint to the Ariat Plateau. So that's probably all we're going to do in this video, is that. I don't know how large the Ariat Plateau is in comparison to the Frigid Highlands. I know the Frigid Highlands is quite large. And I should know, because I had to run through it in order to get to the Ariat Plateau. So, I suppose we'll just go ahead and make our way over there. Yeah, greetings there, Deckard. Go ahead and identify my shite. 8 to max damage, I don't need that, I don't need that. 11,000 for that, gonna keep that rune, don't need that. Lightning resistance, I suppose lightning resistance is nice, but I don't need it. 7 to minimum damage, I don't need that either, and I don't need those gems. So thank you very much. I appreciate you, video game. I definitely do appreciate you for all the lovely, lovely gold you are giving me here, there, video game. Alright, let's go ahead and put that rune in our stash and continue on forward. And continue on ever forward facing these carvers and carver shaman that deal ice damage, which is just a little bit scary. More than a little bit scary. I'm not a big fan of the fact that they can deal ice damage. That is just a little bit concerning. Just slightly concerning. I mean, they can only freeze my enemies for a moment, or my minions for a moment, but at the same time. So onward we go, to destroy everything we can find and look for the crystalline passage. Hello there, Flawless Sapphire, I can sell you. You are a lovely, lovely gem that can be sold for a decent amount of money, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and sell you for a decent amount of money. Not sure how much, probably like 3,500 or something. Possibly, maybe. Something along those lines. Who's to say, man? Who's to say? Oh no, it's Night Eater. It's good old Night Eater. We're gonna have to kill off this son of a gun. Kill off Night Eater. He's cold enchanted, lightning enchanted, and fire enchanted. That's interesting. It's not often you see an enemy that's all three of the elements at one time. That's kind of a pain in the neck. Get them out of my face. Yeah, this slinger keeps attacking me for some reason, but the good thing is I was able to block its shots a couple times, which is perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and revive some slingers. Let's go ahead and revive some slingers. Are they trapped in that corner? I certainly hope not. No, they are not. Okay, fantastic. So now we can go ahead and continue on forward. There's the waypoint right there. So that's good to know. I suppose what we can do is we can go ahead and just try to explore the rest of this and see if we can find the way to the end deal. I mean, it's nice to find the waypoint. It's nice to have found that because, you know what, when we do eventually want to make our way to the crystalline passage in the next video, we'll be able to just run all the way back to it, which is perfect. Ouch. Taking a lot of damage here, which is not what I desire. So let's not worry about taking so much damage. We still have catapults slinging stuff at us, which is kind of a pain in the neck. And I am not a big fan of what I am seeing here, but that's okay, I guess. This whole area is kind of turning into a nuisance. Just the way this whole area is spread about. I am going to die a painful death at this rate. I am going to die a very painful death at this rate. Because there are just enemies all over the place here. There are just enemies all over the place here, which is not necessarily what I desire. But that is okay. I think we can manage somehow or another. Let's go ahead and raise a slinger. Man, these slingers are dangerous, man. These slingers are freaking dangerous. They throw their spears at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I am not a big fan. I am definitely not a big... can you guys calm down with your frickin' spear throwing? God damn, dude, that's frickin' irritating. That is freaking irritating. Very, very annoying, your spear throwing, my friend. I am not a big fan of your spear throwing. Yeah, I am not safe. I am literally not safe anywhere from this spear throwing. Not safe anywhere. I'm gonna have to go back to town and buy some potions. That's exactly what I'm gonna have to do, is go back to town and buy potions. Because all of my minions keep dying, and because I keep dying, it's pretty great. So let's go ahead and go back and buy some potions. Because that's what I need, is potions. Especially since I'm drinking them every 2 seconds because of these stupid frickin' slingers. This constant force of slingers all over the place, which is kind of a pain in the neck, but it is what it is. But it is what it is, in all honesty. It's more than a pain that you guys deal lightning damage with those spears. So can you guys calm down with what you're doing? Oh, there's an elite there. No wonder we were getting annihilated. Rust Snarl the Unclean. Good old Rust Snarl. And, of course, he was cold enchanted. I didn't get a chance to look at that. There's a Thresher there. What's a Thresher? It is a scythe. It is a lovely, lovely scythe. Which is okay, I suppose. Which is okay, I suppose. Can I get my minions into this area so they can actually start attacking everything? That would be wonderful.
Salutations.
So actually start attacking everything in here, you guys. I'd appreciate you. Put that right there. Get rid of these slinger minions, because they have overstayed their welcome, there is no doubt. Like, Maulers, can you guys focus on the Carver Shaman rather than focusing on the barricaded door? I'd much prefer you guys to focus on the enemies rather than the door. The door is the least of our concerns. The door is literally the least of our concerns right now. So, can we do something else? Can we worry about something else? That's the main problem with these fortifications, is the fact that there's no way to get through them without breaking down doors, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. That's going to be a slight bit of a concern. But you know what? Again, it's nothing we can't deal with. Nothing we are incapable of dealing with. So let's go ahead and deal with it. It's really that simple. There's a Gothic sword there. I suppose I can sell that Gothic sword. These champion slingers, they are a nuisance. And I want them out of my face. Thank you very much. Stop throwing your spears at me there, guy. I'd appreciate you if you quit throwing your spears at me. So stop doing what you are doing, my good friend. So stop doing what you are doing, my good friend. You guys don't need to be breaking down the barrier. It's really not a necessary thing for you guys to be doing. So go ahead and do something else. Go ahead and do something else, such as breaking this evil demon hut. I feel like that would be a more beneficial use of our time, breaking this evil demon hut rather than breaking down a fortification. Because you know what? I don't think we get any experience for breaking down walls or doors or... Because we do get, because I'm pretty sure we do get experience for doing that. So let's take care of that, shall we? Let's take care of that nonsense. This place is very, very scary. Very, very scary indeed. But we are surviving relatively well. And I'm quite pleased to say we are surviving so well. Let's go ahead and revive some Death Maulers. Death Maulers are a very useful enemy to have on our side, so I'm going to go ahead and try to keep as many of those as possible. I'm going to try to keep as many Death Maulers on our side as physically possible, because they are going to be very helpful for us. They are going to be very helpful for us, those Death Maulers, so that is what we are going to deal with. I don't like slingers, man. Slingers are a nuisance. They are more than a freaking nuisance, so can you guys get out of my face? You skulls and rocks can go away. Pitpox the dead. Good old Pitpox. Can we actually go over here instead? Pitpox is all by his lonesome. I don't see any minions. I can hear the minions. I don't see them anywhere. There they are. There they are. Let's go ahead and take these minions on here. Take these minions on as well as the elite, hopefully, possibly. The only problem is that we're being bombarded by the Death Maulers as well, which is kind of a problem.
Yes.
That's probably part of our problem. So let's go ahead and revive Ellie here. And actually start dealing some damage back to these sons of guns. Feel like that would be, helpful for us. Feel like that would be somewhat helpful for us if we actually started doing something like that. I don't like all the fire that we are using here with that. It just seems like every 2 seconds we're getting hit by catapults. So can we calm down with that? That would be super nice. Let's go ahead and continue on ever forward. We're still dealing with tons of fortifications, which I'm not a big fan of. Because it's the thing with Act 5 is that every single area is freaking enormous, which I, again, am not a fan of. But I suppose we can make it through somehow or another. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it through somehow or another.
Salutations.
By just making our way ever slowly through it. That box exploded. That box exploded on me, which I am not a fan of. As you guys can clearly tell, I am not attempting to destroy every single enemy we face. It would take way too long. So I'm not really particularly concerned about doing that. So let's go ahead and try to make our way to the Crystalline Passage and see if we can find the Crystalline Passage waypoint. That is what our goal is in this video, is to find the waypoint to the Crystalline Passage. So let's go ahead and try to do that. Let's go ahead and try to do that. The problem is we don't know where the Crystalline Passage is. We're making our way through this, but it's still taking 1,000 years. Why do there so many Death Maulers here? That's a little bit crazy town. So can we calm down with that? Can we not? There are way too many of these things right now. I'm going to die a painful death at this rate. There is no doubt in my mind, with all of these Death Maulers everywhere. With all of these Death Maulers everywhere, we are going to die a painful death. So do they take melee damage when they use their spears? I'm not actually sure. It doesn't look like they do. It doesn't look like they do. It'd be nice if they did, but we were able to take care of them relatively easily, which is actually super nice. I was a little bit concerned about that crowd, but you know what? We managed. We managed relatively easily, which I appreciate. And we found the wall, which is perfect. That's what I like to see. We're able to find the wall at the end of the world. You don't have to attack me. It's not necessary. It's really not a necessary thing to be doing. Can we kill off this evil demon hut? That would be nice. Because they just keep spawning evil demons, which I do not appreciate. And I want them to stop doing what they're doing. Yeah, I'm having to use potions like every quarter second in this area, which is not necessarily a fun time for us. Oh wow, they destroy the evil demon hut relatively easily there, which is just what I like to see. Just what I like to see. Okay, can we kill off these evil demons that are all over the place? These little demon imps. It's what I don't like to see. Hello there, antidote potion. I will pick that up because you know what? I could definitely use that. There is no doubt in my mind that I could use an antidote potion sometime in the future. So let's go with that, shall we? Let's go with such things such as that. Hello there, skeleton. I'm going to go ahead and raise you up. Raise you up, Mr. Skeleton. Because I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you to help destroy the world and everything inside. Oh no, it's Thresh Socket. Okay, let's see if I can get my body back without dying here. Get my body back. There we go. Now, I'm going to probably die another death for the simple fact that Thresh Socket is a serious, serious problem. I'm not a fan of Thresh Socket. I really am not a fan of him. He is very, very scary. He deals a lot of damage, and he's Stone Skin, which I don't appreciate. Yeah, we are getting our asses totally handed to us by Thresh Socket, which I don't appreciate, so can we not with that? Let's go ahead and put my potions in my pockets here while we have a moment of peace. While we have a moment of peace, let's go ahead and do that here. Alright, fantastic, and continue on. Yeah, Thresh Socket, you are very, very scary. I do not appreciate you whatsoever. I really, really don't. So can you not do your little smashy smash power? Can you just do your melee attacks? That'd be fantastic. If you can just do your melee attacks, I would be much pleased. It would make my life a lot easier. I don't like how you're doing your stomp attack. Your stomp attack is very, very scary. I'm pretty sure that's what killed me last time, is that stomp attack. So don't do that anymore if you don't mind. If you don't mind, don't do that anymore. Thank you very much. So go ahead and get rid of our good friend Thresh Socket. Go ahead and get him out of here. Ooh, another set ring. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take another set ring. There is no doubt in my mind that I will take that. All that mana potions. I don't need all those mana potions. We are out of town portal scrolls, but it's a good thing we were able to find one right at the last second there. Alright, well, let's go ahead and clear out the rest of these enemies and go inside the Crystalline Passage. So let's go ahead and do that, but first we want to kill off the rest of these enemies, which is what we're going to do. Go ahead and kill off the rest of these enemies. Do we have a Thresh? Can I raise Thresh Socket's corpse? That's exactly what I'm gonna do, is raise Thresh-Socket's corpse into a skeleton. Which is what I like to be doing all day long, is raising skeletons, because that's what we need to destroy the world and everything inside. Alright, well, these enemies are still really bogging us down. I mean, we don't really have to deal with all of these enemies if we don't want to. But I suppose we can go ahead and deal with it. We can go ahead and kill these maulers and their death slashers. And raise them up, I suppose, and get some minions. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and raise a couple of those guys. I feel like that would be beneficial. So let's go ahead and enter the crystalline passage. Okay, let's look for the waypoint of the crystalline passage. Hopefully we can find it in a timely fashion. This is probably going to be scary, but you know what? It is what it is. Hopefully this video isn't an hour long, but if it is, it is. I've got some time to edit an hour-long video, so I feel like it is something we can handle. Soul Eye, he's Enchanted and extra fast, and Spectral Hit, obviously. Why wouldn't he be Spectral Hit of all things? Makes no sense. Makes no sense for him not to be, man. Makes no sense for him not to be. Hello there, Super Healing Potion. I will pick that up. Blood Lords, are all the Lords, are they all immune to physical? I mean, I'm going to assume they probably are. So let's go ahead and buy some Town Portal Scrolls before we forget to do that. So let's go ahead and buy some of those. Buy some of those before we forget to do that and then get caught with our pants down, which would be unfortunate. So let's go ahead and raise, and then raise. Alright, that's perfect. Now we have some lovely, lovely minions to destroy the world with. Oh no, Bloodlord minions! This is going to be the death of us. This is going to be the absolute freaking death of us, dude. This is going to annihilate every single one of my minions, which I don't appreciate. This is going to annihilate every single one of my minions, which I don't appreciate. Yeah, how do I deal with elite Sin Main? He's Enchanted Stone Skin, among other things. So he's dealing a lightning aura to us, which is going to be a significant problem. But if we can take care of Sin Main, we'll be in much better shape. The only problem is that these stupid Bloodlords, they do a form of a barbarian super swinging attack, which I am not a fan of. So you guys are a extreme problem. Elite groups of Bloodlords and Night Lords and Death Lords, or whatever the hell they are always going to be a significant issue. They are always going to be a significant issue. Will you stop? Will you leave me alone? I don't want to be attacked by you. I really, really don't. Can Ellie stop dying every quarter second? I'd really, really appreciate it if she stopped dying every quarter second. The problem is that she keeps just standing right in the middle of the battle, which I don't appreciate. So Ellie, can you walk away from the battle? Because I need you alive. I need you to stay alive. I don't want you to stand right in the middle of the fight, which is not going to work out for us, even in the slightest, if you do such things. So can you not do what you're doing? Can you not do what you're doing? All right, let's see if we can take care of the rest of these darn things. I mean, I feel like we'll be just fine if we just keep on letting them deal damage back to themselves. The only problem again is that they are all immune to physical, which is going to lead to issues for all of us. Yeah, this pack of Bloodlords is really leading to issues for us. This is really leading to issues for us. But I suppose if we can go ahead and fight them like this, just kind of fight them in the hallway, I feel like we'll be in much better shape. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and try to fight them in the hallway. I feel like that would be much more beneficial for us if we did such things as that. So let's go ahead and go with that. Try to fight them in the hallway. And then, oh, we have two elites. No wonder we're getting our asses handed to us, because there's two elites standing here, which is just phantasmical. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my favorite thing to be dealing with, is two elites at the same time. That is absolutely what I love. I don't know what you're talking about. Fight them in the hallway. That seems to be the strategy. That seems to be the proper strategy, is just fight them in the hallway. That way we can actually just fight one or two of them at one time rather than all of them at once. So let's go with that instead. Let's see if we can go with something like that instead. Can we get rid of this, can we get rid of this elite, maybe, possibly? Is that something we're capable of doing, is getting rid of the elite? Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that, getting rid of the elite. Because now the minions are going to be relatively simple to deal with, I would certainly like to think, because the aura enchantedness is gone. But at the same time, we're still having significant problems. We are still having significant problems with these damn Bloodlords. But the good thing is that we can probably raise a couple of Bloodlords, should we actually get the chance to do so. Hey, you guys have no business being such a nuisance. So can you guys please just get out of my face? I'd really, really appreciate you if you just got out of my face. If you just got out of here, I would be a happy little clam. Because I've had enough of you guys. I have definitely had quite enough of you guys. So it's time for you guys to go away. It's time for you guys. You guys have definitely overstayed your welcome, so it's time for you guys to disappear. Thank you very much. I'd be much pleased if you guys just got out of my face at some point. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. But you guys are still taking 1,000,000 years to kill, which I don't appreciate. It's because you're freaking immune to physical, which is leading to issues for us. Which is leading to significant issues for us, you're immune to physicalness. But if I can go ahead and raise some Bloodlords, I feel like we'll be in good shape. So let's go ahead and raise some Bloodlords. Or a Bloodlord, I should say. So take care of this son of a gun, hopefully at some point. It doesn't help that this thing is a minion, so it's taking that much longer to kill. But it is what it is, I suppose, so get rid of it, hopefully, possibly. That'd be super nice if we can get rid of such things. Thank you very much. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on going this way. Oh no, another elite. Blade poison. The spectral hit, curse, and teleportation. But we were able to kill him in like a quarter second, which is fantastic. There's another Bloodlord minion here. Hopefully that minion is just a holdover from the previous elite we fought. I would certainly hope so. I would certainly hope it's just a holdover from the previous elite. Ouch. Taking lots of damage here, which I don't appreciate. I'm out of mana, apparently. Now let's go ahead and raise. These Bloodlord minions are more than a nuisance. There's no doubt about that. They are more than a nuisance, these Bloodlord minions, but we're getting a ton of experience for fighting them, which is all that really matters. So I am more than pleased to say that we are getting lots of experience for fighting those things. Small charm. I will take that small charm. Oh, we have Dark Archers too, huh? Dark Archers as well, huh? That's a little bit scary. Just a little bit scary. So we're dealing with a lot of things that deal ranged attacks, which is kind of a concern. But nothing we cannot deal with, I wouldn't say. Because we have things on our side that deal ranged attacks as well. Mindweaver the Dark. He's fire enchanted, extra fast, lightning enchanted, and immune to fire and lightning. But we are not all that concerned about that, so goodbye. So long, goodbye. Super healing potion, greater healing potion, greater healing potion. Fill up our inventory with some lovely, lovely potions. And continue going this direction, hopefully, possibly. Well, hold on. Raise a skeleton here. And go this way. What's over this way? Is there anything over here that I might want? Hopefully, possibly, maybe. Hopefully death isn't this way. That'd be nice. It would be nice if death incarnate was not over this way. But it is hard to say. Ooh, Dark Archers, they deal freezing arrows. That could be a problem. That could prove to be a potential problem. Especially since they seem to freeze more often than not. So I am not a big fan of that nonsense. Can we not with that? Can we not with the freezing damage from those Dark Archers? Can we not with that? I am not a big fan of what we are seeing here. So can we calm down? Super healing, thank you very much. Yeah, so these dark archers, they're not necessarily hard to kill. It's just like, their freezing arrows are a bother. We have some exploding fire arrows, as well as some exploding ice arrows that freeze. So take care of these sons of guns, hopefully, possibly, maybe. Yeah, where would the waypoint be? That is the question I'm now asking. I am not entirely positive. It's got to be around here somewhere. I mean, hopefully we can find the waypoint without exploring through the entirety of this place, but who's to say, man? Who's to say? I have plenty of time to have a longer video, so if it does take a while, it takes a while. It's really not that big a deal. So let's continue going. There's the waypoint. Right as speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. I mean, I like the defense on that, but I like this better, so I'm going to go with that instead. What is Ellie holding? 414, 14% chance to go to level 5 Nova. I am going to give her this instead.
Put that to good use.
I'm going to give her something that's got a little bit more defense, so we'll go with that instead.
Hello.
You guys can tell me in the comment section whether this is a good decision or not, but you know what? It's what I'm going to go with, I suppose.